The challenge that lasted 6 seconds. The gym was packed that afternoon in Hong Kong. The air was thick with the sweat and anticipation of dozens of students, all gathered to watch Bruce Lee demonstrate. With precise movements, he performed a sequence of Jeet Kune Do, his fighting philosophy in action: fast, fluid, lethal. Each strike was an extension of his body, each deflection a study in efficiency. Spectators held their breath, mesmerized by the deadly dance unfolding before them. It was then that the door opened with a bang. A tall, muscular man entered as if the place belonged to him. He wore an impeccable GI, with the emblem of SMUG, Society of Masterful Unarmed Grapplers, sewn on the chest. It was Viktor the Hammer Petrov, the organization's undefeated champion, known for breaking bones as easily as other men shook hands. His cold eyes swept the room until they landed on Bruce, who stopped in mid-motion, his posture relaxed but his senses sharp. "Are you that Bruce Lee?" Petrov asked, his voice full of disdain. "They say it's fast. Let's see if it's fast enough to touch me." A murmur ran through the crowd. Nobody interrupted Bruce Lee. Nobody challenged him like that, without warning, without respect. But Petrov wasn't there to respect it. It was there to humiliate. Bruce didn't respond right away. His fingers flexed slightly, as if they were already calculating the distance, the angle, the weakness in the opponent's posture. Then, with an almost imperceptible smile, he said, "6 seconds." Petrov laughed, a guttural, humorless sound. 6 seconds? What for? So you realize you shouldn't have come. Before the last word left his lips, Bruce moved. There was no warning. There was no preparation. Just the blur of a direct punch, so fast that Petrov barely had time to raise his arms. The blow hit his solar plexus with the precision of a scalpel, robbing him of the air. He staggered, eyes wide, but Bruce was no longer there. A roundhouse kick swept across his legs, and Petrov fell to his knees, his pride shattered along with his posture. The hall fell silent. Bruce took a step back, calmly adjusting the sleeve of his GI. Petrov coughed, trying to catch his breath, but the damage was already done. In 6 seconds, the undefeated champion had been reduced to an ordinary man, kneeling on the ground, looking up with a mixture of disbelief and shame. "Speed is useful," Bruce said, his voice calm, "but precision is everything." Petrov did not respond. There was nothing to say. He stood up slowly, his fists clenched, but there was no longer any fire in his eyes. Just the realization that he had just been taught a lesson he wouldn't forget. As the SMUG champion left the gym in silence, Bruce turned to his students, as if nothing had happened. "Where were we?" he asked, resuming the demonstration exactly where he had left off. And so, the class continued. Because for Bruce Lee, there were no interruptions, just opportunities to teach.